Welcome back. You're still tuned into Midcap Radar on CNBC-TV18. Well, we are seeing real estate stocks gaining and buzzing in trade. Nifty Realty is up 3%. This is as RBI has kept the rates unchanged for this particular policy. And that's the reason why all these stocks are doing so well in trade today. Manoj Gaur, President of CREDAI NCR, and also the Chairman of Gaurs Group, and also Mr. Samantak, the Head Research and REIS at JLL India, joining us now to discuss what this really means for the real estate sector. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on CNBC-TV18. Mr. Das, let me come across to you first up. Can you tell us how big of a relief it is? Because so far we've been speaking to listed developers, at least. They said not much of an impact of all the rate hikes that have gone through so far. But it was one of the segment, that's the affordable segment, which was seeing some impact. Do you think this particular pause, the change that hasn't happened, will bring back the demand or at least keep it stable?
Hi. First of all, thank you very much for calling me on this show. Definitely, this move of a status quo maintaining the repo rate is a big relief, at least for the short term. The simple reason is for the last 1 year, what we have seen is 4 to 12% increase in price. And just keep in mind that this is not a full transmission of the cost of construction to the buyers. So partial transmission, but still it's 4 to 12% increase in price. That's number one. Number two, very important is the repo rate has gone up, as you know, by 250 pips from April 2022, so last 1 year. As a result, the EMI overall has gone up to the extent of 70 to 20%. It's a big number. So to that extent, I would say that this repo rate, keeping it constant for the time being, is a good relief for the buyers, as well as for all the stakeholders, particularly the builders, because we have seen a robust growth in terms of sales for the last 1 year. And the growth is to the extent of 20% year on year till March 2023. So that's really a robust growth, equally supported by a 25% growth in supply, new launches. So the market is quite robust. And we believe very strongly that this pause in repo rate will really help the market to maintain this growth trajectory in the coming quarters.
Okay. Mr. Gaur, welcome to the show. You know, one of the reasons pointed out by the Reserve Bank of India of this, in fact, being only a pause and not a pivot is because inflation continues to be a concern. We've seen inflation above 6% for 2 consecutive months. There's a possibility that it could possibly soften, but it's still not in the Reserve Bank of India's target zone. I just wanted to extend that conversation in terms of what's taking place when it comes to inflation within the real estate space. What is the kind of inflation that you're facing when it comes to input costs, and how much can you probably pass on right now?
I am fully agree that pass on is not possible. The inflation in every material is there, and especially after the input credit goes on. The entire burden of the GST is on the real estate, especially the real estate for the affordable housing and the mid housing. The cost of construction is significantly increased due to this unavailability of the input credit. Now, last continuously 6 times, around 250 basis point is increased. That increased the our interest on the loans and increase the EMI. I think it's a good move to put it on the pause, and I think from this onward, it is market के ऊपर जो है ये मेरा कहना है कि आपके इसके ऊपर अभी जो market का जो control था वो अभी तक तो ठीक था. अभी तक होम बायर्स और डेवलपर्स इसको कर रहे थे, और हमारी रिक्वेस्ट भी क्रेडाई नेशनल आल्सो रिक्वेस्टेड द आरबीआई टू पुट इट ऑन द पॉज because now the home loan is around 9%. Beyond that, the sales और market अभी जो real estate एक अच्छे segment में चल रहा है, I think इसको ये इस तरह का step की जो है बहुत जरूरत थी, और we welcome this step of RBI.
Okay, so most of the industry body players are saying that they had requested RBI to not change rates further or increase them further because it was impacting demand. Mr. Das, that takes me to the next question, and that's about the luxury segment, because what we saw with DLF saying that one of their, one of their projects where apartments were priced more than 7 crore rupees, they just got sold over in a weekend. But then we saw this new amendment come by in the budget where there was a cap on the capital gains advantage that you can take. With this, what do you expect segmental performance to be like? Come April, we have this new tax rule. We have now this change in rates or no change in rates, so to say. What do you see as a demand driver for both affordable and premium, or do you expect it to continue?
See, if I analyze the sales for this quarter, the recent quarters, January to March, it's very, very clear that this sales growth is more or less across all the segments. Affordable, of course, it's the most, the voluminous market, to mid segment, premium and luxury. Even premium and luxury, if you see, the share has gone up quite significantly in the sales as well as in the launches. So both demand and supply, the premium and luxury has gone up. As you said rightly, probably the budget provision of restricting the benefits after March really helped push the premium and luxury more. My opinion is India is a market wherein you have the major demand coming from the mid and affordable housing. That will really definitely take the focus point of sales, if you ask me, because anyway, your premium and luxury is not even probably 5% of the total sales across pan-India or the top 7 cities in India that we analyze. So my opinion is this pause will impact definitely the affordable segment, the mid segment, and mid segment is a very, very sensitive segment because this is quite big in terms of number of home buyers, and the benefit is not so much because affordable you have a lot of government push, but mid segment is in the hands of the market forces. So the buyers in that segment will really benefit from this interest rate pause. So that's my view on this.
Okay, Mr. Gaur, can you leave us with an assessment on what the growth might look like in FY24, given that there's a pause currently? That's definitely a positive for the mid-income segment, but on the other hand, we do have signs of, a possibility of a slowdown. There's some uncertainty which is taking place with regards to the global banking environment at this point. So given all of this and putting everything into context, what is the assessment of growth in FY24 versus what we saw in FY23? If you could put some numbers to it.
Actually, after COVID, the entire perception towards the real estate has changed. Now the maximum is demand from the end user or the user, they want to upgrade their houses. So I think in coming future, the demand will be there. And last year was very good. The robust demand was there, and the numbers is much higher than the pre-COVID session आप कह सकते हैं. और आगे आने वाले टाइम में I think it's around is FY23 के अंदर around 10 to 15% or up to 20% growth will be there. एक दूसरा कारण भी है growth होने का कि new launches are very less. After this all RERA and demonetization and the past 6 years जो real estate के ऊपर जो इतना प्रेशर रहा है उसकी वजह से न्यू लॉन्चेस अभी जितने भी डेवलपर है वेरी कॉन्शियस हो गए और कम लॉन्चेस आ रहे हैं. तो एक डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का गैप अभी भी जो है बना हुआ है. उसकी वजह से डिमांड जो है इसकी रोबस्ट रहेगी और बड़े हाउसेस की डिमांड स्टिल अभी भी बनी हुई है.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gaur, Mr. Das, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us and taking us through what this decision means for the real estate industry. So, lower inventory, lesser launches, growth is expected to be better because of this pause that has come by, especially for the mid-income housing segment. We'll slip into a short break now and get you more